All right, so here we are again inside of Unity Communications with founder and CEO Patrick Brown. What are your thoughts on AI automation and the current state of employment?
Automation is really key to building and scaling businesses. So there's always that balance between automation, new product development, scaling, human involvement. For some people, it's a scary topic, but every person here loves using automated tools when they're browsing the internet. You know, when you're listening to music and an algorithm is picking out new music that you like, you now found an artist that you like. There's lots of automation and algorithms out there in the world feeding you data, feeding you information that really enhance your life, but it can't be the end-all everything to you. There's always going to be a manual process to almost every workflow, to almost every product and services.
Is the fear surrounding job security due to the increasingly rapid adoption of AI justified?
Just a few years ago, a lot of us would look at Instagram and there were pictures. Then they started introducing reels and videos. Now we are having to produce a lot more pictures to create a video. And last I checked, we are consuming more and more and more of this type of format. What AI is doing, they are creating easier ways to produce things that took a more manual process. It's going to allow people with basic skills to do more complex skills. Now you have to remember, most automations are only valid when you can get a 95, 98% completion rate without errors. AI is not even close to that. There will always be a need for a human component because any product or service that is completely transactional, that doesn't have a human element, is going to miss authenticity. And if you're not authentic and you do not connect with humans, ultimately that product's going to fail.
Does Unity Communications have any plans to pivot to AI like many in the global BPO industry are doing right now?
If we do not adapt and embrace AI from a BPO perspective now, then we're going to fall behind. I would say the equivalent was those people who did not migrate from typewriters to computers. We are going to embrace AI. And if you feel threatened by it, then I think that's a normal emotion to have, because here's a technology that could technically do things faster than you when it comes to math and basics, but the human element, the human creative workflows that interact with other humans, there's going to be a need for it.
What would you say to business owners who see AI as the newer, cheaper, and faster alternative to human workers?
In some points, they're right. It's going to move and shift the labor to more tasks that require their human knowledge. And there is a labor shortage in this world right now. There is not enough people to do a lot of the work out there, and we do it very well. There is going to be AI in everything. You're just going to have to get used to it. How you embrace and use it to be more productive, we're going to be a forward-thinking BPO, and we're going to be a thought leader on it.
Do you think it's possible for AI to become a purely supplementary or complementary tool to human employees?
Go way back to the Microsoft Office 95 days. They had this weird paperclip guy. How can I help you? Answer questions. It's just a new version of that, a new AI helper. We're using it in our phones. We're using it in all sorts of different tools today. It is getting us information faster and quicker so we can make decisions, but it's wrong a lot. Now, are they getting better? They are. Are they getting more accurate? They are, but they're building their data sets from human interactions. But that's always going to be a formula. And if it does ever, get to a point where it's doing most of those decisions for us, then we're going to build other products and services that hasn't been built yet.
What are your thoughts on the ethics of generative AI essentially farming human work content for reproduction?
I believe the story that's making the playbooks today is the Studio Ghibli, art that's being hijacked, and I think that's terrible. Hayao Miyazaki, he's called it terrible and stupid, and there's a part of me that agrees with that a lot. I've seen it, and it's getting better, but I really do not like the borrowing or copyright infringement of somebody's IP. I really believe that I am not a really good subject matter expert to talk about generative AI from an IP perspective, but there is a place for it. A great example of it is if you input a query into Google, it is going to search and generate an answer based on everything that's available on search. And a lot of times those answers are very helpful. And for early adopters, people who want to make music and video production and using generative AI to fill out the scenes behind them, that could really help deliver a product at scale at a low cost, I see the need for that. But do they have to steal it from other places and things? And I don't know. I think that conversation needs to happen, but I would like for AI engines to abide by some type of code, ethics, laws, or whatever the situation is.
How do you plan to balance integrating emerging technologies with Unity Communications' humanistic approach to providing outsourcing services?
Well, campaign by campaign. Each campaign is going to have a different need, different level of balance between AI tools and human tools. Just looking at campaign, client by client, that'll tell us the story. But it has a long way to go before it's going to be adopted by large-scale enterprise pieces until the accuracy rate is at a place where you can trust it with certain things. But it's just too soon to tell. It's useful, it's nice, it gets the job done faster, but there is a lot of gaps.
Are there plans on upskilling Unity Communications employees to help them remain competitive against AI tools?
I think the better way of wording it is, how do we train our agents to use AI tools to upscale? And that's what we're doing. The problem is you might learn on a certain AI tool, but that AI tool becomes obsolete. Then you use new AI tools. It's more of the process of training and teaching our agents how to recognize and learn to use new tools, because they're coming and going fast. Well, someone who knows how to navigate a dashboard, knows how to learn a new system, they don't have any problems adapting. And so that's the culture we're building at Unity.
Should companies be concerned about potential security concerns related to AI tools? For instance, using their data as free training material for AI models.
So any company that is going to deploy an AI tool, I always recommend that they order the AI tool that they can install on their own servers. That way, all the data that is collected, they control. Especially in healthcare right now, with HIPAA, with patient data information and records, any healthcare company that is running AI tools that is not on their own servers, is a potential data mine for an unknown person in the background doing God only knows what with it. But you can purchase AI tools and install it on your own servers. You would just have to have the expense of running that server.
That's about it for our question and answer on AI tools, automation, and the current state of the BPO industry with our CEO and founder, Patrick Brown.
Thank you, Lion. Thank you for having me.